Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing my over the limit results from my WWE2k14 universe mode. Pretty exciting stuff, I must say. Let me just put this straight. Pretty exciting stuff. Some championships were defended. Some championships were won. So let's get to the first match. So Damian Sandow with Cody Rhodes beat Zack Ryder with Santino Marella in a singles match for the Internet Championship. Since Zack lost the title is now defunct. So pretty sad night for Zack Ryder fans in the crowd, and just sad night for Zack Ryder in general. I mean, he lost his own championship he created. He lost it. That must be rough. So yeah, that was actually a kind of a good match. I mean, obviously the managers ruined it. Over the Limit didn't really have that many good matches, just had a bunch of matches. So yeah, so next match is Dean Ambrose beat Jack Swagger in a singles match for the US Championship. So this one, Jack Swagger put up a fight. You know, this was one of the good matches of the night. Jack Swagger put up a fight against Dean Ambrose, but after getting two hook and ladders and a headlock driver, couldn't handle that. He had the fighting spirit, but not for long. So yeah, Dean Ambrose still a dominant U.S. champ, and yeah. So next match we have is AJ Lee beat Oksana, a singles match for the Divas Championship. This actually kind of made me kind of sad. I mean, this was Oksana's night. It was Oksana's moment to regain the Divas Championship, become a two-time Divas Champion, actually hold it for longer than like 2 weeks, than a week, not like 5 days. So yeah, Oksana lost her chance here tonight, and AJ Lee is still the champion. Been a slightly dominant champion, just one hiccup when Oksana won the title. Pretty much, that was a fluke. Pretty much now, we can consider it a fluke. Then we have Chris Jericho beat Alberto Del Rio in a submission match for the World Heavyweight Championship. This one was a really good match. Alberto Del Rio locked in the cross arm rig here twice. Chris Jericho locked in the walls of Jericho twice. Hit a code breaker. This was a really action-packed match. Really back and forth. At one point I thought Alberto would win the title, but Jericho got out of it, and Jericho, after hitting the code breaker, did like some of well, I'll tell you the end of the match. Alberto Del Rio tried to do a kick to the stomach of Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho countered by grabbing Alberto's leg right in front of him, just standing there looking at in Alberto's eyes. Alberto's like, no, no, and then bam, code breaker, and then went for some kind of headlock. Actually, it was Cobra Clutch, and one retained the title. So that was a really good match. That was probably the best match of the night. Of course, the second best match of the night, in which I marked out like crazy. Sheamus beat Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship. That was like insane. The ending of that match was insane. There were no moves, by the way. There were no moves. There were no like basic grapples. The entire match was back and forth and everything like that, and so was the ending. Sheamus hit the Irish Curse. Once he did that, he turned on a bunch of events, a string of events that you know got to the conclusion. He hit the Irish Curse, pinned Barrett. Barrett kicked out. Then Barrett hit the End of Days / Winds of Change on Sheamus. Sheamus kicked out. Then Wade went for the Wasteland. Sheamus kicked out. And then finally, Sheamus went for the no, Sheamus went for the Irish Curse. Barrett kicked out, and then a little bit afterwards, Sheamus hit the white noise. 1, 2, 3. Sheamus is the new Intercontinental Champion. That was a really good match. Now for a match I thought would be kind of at least a little bit better, but it went this way. Big Show beat Randy Orton in a basic match. So, and it was a no disqualification match. What am I talking about? It was a basic match because they didn't use any weapons whatsoever. They went for it like clean. They didn't try and do any sort of crazy chair hits to the head or anything like that. Just basic wrestling match, which Big Show kind of dominated. Randy just countered most things and then did like a couple moves. Barely got anything done. Big Show hit the showstopper. Randy kicked out, and then finally the choke slam, and then Big Show won. So that was kind of anticlimactic. I thought Randy would get some revenge on Big Show because Big Show just continued to attack Randy all the time. So that was a bit of a sad moment for Randy Orton. This was entirely. I thought this pay-per-view would go a little bit better. It did not. It went way bad. The only the two good matches were Chris Jericho and Alberto, and then Sheamus and Wade. Those were the only good matches. All the others were just either job fests or that's it. Just jobbers getting jobbed out. I mean, Damian Sandow and Zack Ryder, they did have a good match, but it was just really sad. That's the reason why it was bad. It was just really sad. I personally thought Zack Ryder would pull out and pick up a win and retain the Internet Championship, but he didn't. So sadness. So the main event, even more sadness. I I'm gonna read to you, and I'm not gonna say anything else about the main event. Ryback beat John Cena 7-1 in a 15-minute Iron Man match for the WWE Championship. Bye.